Bring up cameras 5, 7, and 11.
Valuing others. Mr. Rogers helped his neighbors recognize the goodness inside of them. When Mr. McFeely arrived at Mr. Rogers' house feeling sad after a delivery mishap, Mr. Rogers listened as Mr. McFeely shared his feelings. Then he assured Mr. McFeely that everyone makes mistakes and reminded him of how grateful he was to have him in his life.
I like it. Little excerpt. Mr. Feely. Reminds me of Phil.
Mr. McFeely.
Yeah, McFeely.
He's kind of cool, right? Kind of weird.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Rogers is the man, dude. He had a way about him, but as a kid, I thought he was fucking awesome. You know?
I wasn't able to watch it.
I always loved him. I never doubted the dude, but I hated when people did. And I loved his, I think I liked his movie.
Oh, there's who played it?
Tom Hanks.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I saw that.
I would have liked a different person to play him. I love Tom Hanks as an actor, you know what I mean? But
What, Willem Dafoe? I'm just kidding.
yeah, dude. Something cool, man. Just something different.
Okay.
I don't know about Willem Dafoe.
No, I just said it.
That'd be a weird
The face he made.
Mr. Rogers.
Speed 2.
That'd be Mr. Weird Feely.
Yeah, vampire.
Yeah. Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to another episode of the Adjust the Mic podcast.
Greetings.
Episode 112, if I'm not mistaken.
112.
I did not check before, and I'm going to do it now. 212.
212.
212.
Oh, that's cool.
Correction. Quick correction. You gotta have that up. I would went through the whole show and not even known, and someone like a year from now would say, hey, dude, you know that one episode? You totally said the wrong episode. I would have not known for years.
It's an antique.
It would have done. Well, hello, everybody. It's, what's the date today?
2/4/25.
February 4th, man. It's, dude, I feel like the year's kind of like going a little quick already. Like we're already in February here. The cold lasted like 2 weeks and now we're in springtime. I know it's like a false spring. Like, what's up with the weather right now, dude?
Well, we're not out of the woods yet, but we could be having a second frostless winter here in North Brevard, which is weird. So we haven't got any, and I'm guessing you haven't got any over here.
No.
Sending Che a photo.
Everything is growing. Everything looks good. Everything just wants to sprout right now. The little raspberry starts are trying to bloom. I need to start traying out some and throwing some vegetable seeds out and throwing them under the LEDs to kind of get them started for the spring.
And the tomatoes.
Yeah, it's that time, right? For all
Big
that.
time. Yeah.
So I need to start that. That's something. I've got a whole bunch of just little house plants that I've taken cuttings of and have them sitting over there in that little LED light tray over there. So I want to
Get them out.
get them out of the way and throw in the vegetable seeds.
I think that maybe it used to be February 10, 11, but now it's 7 or earlier. That's when we have a 50% chance of frost or freeze, and every day it goes down.
And
so when you get to 50-50, our 10-day forecast, you can kind of be like, oh, we're not getting a stinger. Put your stuff out.
nice. Good. Everything's looking good, though. I threw a whole bunch of hay out back. We just did a little walk around out back in the garden and everything.
In Scott's garden, it looks epic, and the dragon fruit is thick.
It is doing very well, and I've got it in multiple areas now thick. And I keep bringing over chunks of it for the Vi Farmer food forest.
And Sam and Kyle.
Yep. And they all have some, right? Didn't you? Do they have any?
His pops, but Sam and
Good.
Kyle went to work planting some of them starts that you gave us.
Good. And if they ever want starts for any of their little, I know they're moving, so they're not going to take with them, but at some point, anybody that wants some.
Summers is coming over tomorrow to get some.
if we remember before you leave, if I have some more over there, just I'll help you take some to.
Yeah.
So it'd be a quick, just pick the good ones and give them the little tiny ones that take forever to grow, and tell them to keep doing things for us as a chores.
Well, the ones they're psyched about plants,
and then you'll give them just a little bit of a bigger one the next time. And say, oh, that's not that a boy. All we want. We don't want much. He can use the tiller. He can do. You can use anything that you want. We just want phone numbers. We want to prank all your friends.
Okay.
And we want to humiliate them on air.
Hopefully they
for
riled up
for hundreds of people.
Yeah, hundreds of people.
We've made Johnny pretty famous.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love it. That's probably one of my favorite ones. That one and Chad Cook. Probably.
He gets fired up.
He does, man. Just 4th degree black belt.
Yeah.
It's one of the best ones ever. It was one I did with my dad too. So it was us just sitting there. I think we were going to a Magic game, or we were doing something at my house, and I just had the app out and I was trying to prank people. And I said, Dad, who do you know? He's like, let's get Johnny. First phone call, boom, just perfect freaking prank. And let him stew over it for a bit. Then we called him, He's like, that was you? Can't believe you guys.
I seen your dad the other day. He's got the tomato thing.
It's amazing. Yeah. It really is. He's doing such a good job over there, and he's feeling good.
He's got the sun.
He's
out.
Yeah, I haven't gone over there. Admittedly so. Like during the summertime, I'm over there mowing every week, and I don't mind. It's like really healthy for me, and I'm kind of look forward to it now. Like I get my yard done, and Silas now is turning 13, and I've always told him I'm going to give you until you're a teenager, and I'm going to take care of the yard. I'm just going to show you that I do it too, and when you're 13, I'll edge and weed eat, and you're going to mow with me, and you're going to help me, and we'll go over to my dad's and work over there too.
Yep.
And it's time to get you, going in these chores.
I remember them days.
So he knows, and he's not looking forward to it, but I mean, it's going down. And I gotta make sure I don't cave, because I'm kind of a softie sometimes with making them do stuff.
I think I got paid $5 per lawn in my neighborhood to mow.
Oh yeah, I think we got 15 or 20 at our age. I mean, you're so old though, so it's a big difference, huge difference. Yeah,
you could do a lot with $5.
Oh, totally.
Go to the beach with jingly change, the gas money.
Oh, I got a cousin up in Kentucky. When it gets cold up there, really the only thing to do is go to the movies. So you can shovel people's driveways and porches and stuff when it snows, or chip the ice, and they'll give you $10 back then.
Yeah.
And we could go play Street Fighter at the movie theater on the arcade. And my cousin Jesse, he was really good. Like he could play the whole night and hardly lose.
You just made me flash back to Miracle City Twins.
Oh,
cinema,
yeah. Barrel Fun.
When the people would walk out of the movies there.
Yep.
Just for a little bit in high school, I think we would get with that crowd and walk backwards through it slow to get in.
I loved that Barrel of Fun.
Yeah, I spent some time in there.
We played so many. Like if it was still there, I bet people would still go.
We'd be taping the quarter to the thread.
Yeah, right.
Getting the credits.
I still, even here at this house, if I find the right like pinball machine, like an old school one that works well.
Xenon. I used to play that pinball.
Yeah, I don't want one that's like the smaller, cheaper Walmart, screw together version of Galaga, that you see these little 1-up arcade ones.
You want some challenges?
I wouldn't mind like a tabletop, the one that you sit down and you play either Pac-Man, or you can play that hockey. Remember the hockey game?
Yeah.
You had the fat guy, the middle lean guy, and the real skinny guy. So you have either like 3 fast dudes, you can have like a medium speed guys. They're a little bit of both, and get one chunky guy, Remember that game on Nintendo?
Barely, because I checked
ice
out
hockey
games after Pong.
So. Yeah, true.
These winsome orangutan pups
Orangutans.
spend most of their youth in the boughs of the willow tree.
I gotta remember that.
Boughs of the
sometimes.
Willigogo.
Yeah, right. So hey, we've been talking like we kind of did some nostalgia stuff a couple weeks ago. We did last week. We did some little futuristic, some little deep sync, a little AI stuff.
Yep.
We mixed in some little happenings and local stuff going on with some of the bands.
Yeah, the AI thing where they ours didn't cost millions.
Yeah, that was a fun conversation. And before, you know what, just what I did. I got to say this first. I got to meet Rudy.
Hat tip, Rudy Ruderalis.
Over at your studio, and she's laying out. Tell me what she's working on, dude. It was like a really cool thing.
She was when you were coming by. She was working on a song template. You know, she's got some talent. She's got lined up, and she's setting up just the arrangement when you walked in.
Yeah,
just a few layers. You know,
I just want to throw like a big picture view to that real quick. Is okay. I meet you through Frank.
You re-meet me through Frank.
We know each other previously through T-Bone Designs, printing
Back in the
T-shirts for low
late
pressure.
90s, mid-90s.
Here I am trying to do a podcast going, hey, my name is on a low pressure CD in like 1999 or 2000 or 2001, Icon Jungle, I think it was, or something.
90s.
And I was printing because I graduated in 97, and I think I was working in there in like 98, 99, and 2000. So those years you were coming in and getting shirts. And that's when we were just in the left side of the Baldwin Shopping Plaza in that little corner.
I remember.
And it was like smelly. It was ink everywhere, like press and just film and just shirts just all over the place, dude. It was just gnarly.
Yeah.
But dude, we pumped out like a lot of volume. We got a lot of shirt. We did 10,000 NASA shirts out of there for the John Glenn launch. It was pretty amazing. Honestly, we had 4 people on one press. We were pumping out like a 6-color design that Amy Zofko did.
I remember her.
From Dirt Shirts.
Yep.
And my mother worked at Dirt Shirts.
Over there off Garden.
Yeah, and it's right over behind the taco place pretty much now. The
little spur.
Bagel 13 has been like a million used car lots.
Where the overpass, where you can... Where
the bike path that goes over Garden Street. It's right on the north side of that.
Yeah, it used to be hopping.
And dude, they did all the space NASA shirts, and they did a lot of dirt bike rally shirts, and they were real popular. Like they had the automatic presses and the big dog stuff and everything. And so I don't know, I love doing the shirts and working with Rob and all that.
Each other from back in the day there.
Yeah.
And Rob is a cousin of Dave, right?
Totally.
Summers.
And Dave would come in from the yacht club and get shirts for the yacht club all the time. So I always knew Dave. And they're, cousins. And then they had a Ward Trophy where Rob's brothers worked over there.
Yeah, we got a bunch of stuff from them.
Yeah. But so we've known, you would come in and get shirts done for the band and everything.
And your pops and my older brother got hella roots.
Big time. Like they've been friends since like the 70s around here.
Back in the
growing up going to high school.
Stan Retz kind of mix.
All of them, man. And there were the Scrubs. They had to deal with there were some cowboys, or there were some ruffians, some guys that were kind of causing trouble around back in the day.
Yep.
There was just all the normal drama that you would hear, in like Dazed and Confused or any kind of movie, in a small town. You had Maxie's Theater over there in the bowling alley.
We didn't do our first gig there, but we did like some kind of release party there at Maxie's before we did Emma Parrish, the first show for LP. And I remember when we did our thing, there were some people, that were off the chain kind of fighting. And I remember that night, unfortunately, man, somebody was laid out in front of the gig, like got punched into a coma kind of. I don't know if it was real, but
when I was born here in Titusville,
it was rough.
It really was, man. It really, like when I lived in Louisville, Kentucky, and there was a a lot of people, and it was rough, man. I grew like there was a lot of fights on our streets. Like when we were playing basketball, people would fight all the time, and they're all the older kids, you know. So I was always kind of shielded from that and like not involved too much. But it felt like to me when I moved to Florida, it was a lot rougher, and there were a lot more fights that looked a lot more kind of like
and they went on
intense.
too long.
And and people liked it, you know, wanted more of it.
Big mob around it instead of stop.
Yeah, dude, it was like kind of like oh shit, you know. So you kind of had to really toughen up and try to make sure that you either like I always tell my son, you have to choose. Like you either want to be involved with conflict or you don't. And if you don't, then you need to learn how to navigate without conflict.
Sprint.
You know, you need to understand and know and protect and know. You know what you got to be comfortable within whatever decision you got to make, kind of. But make a choice. Don't pop off on the mouth with the wrong person because they're gonna make you pay for it, bro.
Yeah,
and you got to learn. You know.
So
and
that's our roots. And Tito cut to mid '90s. We're parallel, and now
no contact. Frank comes in here because of Colleen.
In what year?
Colleen brings him in
like 3-4 years.
And 4 years ago now, probably 5 years ago now, dude. Kind of weird. 4 years ago.
He reconnected us.
And he right when he came in, I'm like, hey, you got to get a hold of Thad.
Oh, cool.
And he goes, dude, that's one of my best friends. I see him all the time. I was over there yesterday. I'm like, dude, we want to use the music for the podcast. I want to use Low Pressure. I got the CD. I just want to be able to use it. I want to make sure it's okay, you know.
And we must have done the car and post podcast soon after.
And then all of a sudden you called me and you said,
what I say this?
You said,
No, I didn't.
I think I had it saved what you said.
Bullshit.
I think I got it saved.
Here we go.
Water bottles and stuff.
How does that happen?
Well, oh no, this is the wrong one, but this is funny. This is Sam in
A
the
wide mouth water bottle.
That is the thinnest. That is the
You
thinnest
want to
shit.
put it right up against the bottle.
like
Just make
spaghetti.
sure
Well.
there's no leak.
Oh yeah.
Or diarrhea.
It's got
I
a
guess.
butt-shaped funnel that you just sit on.
Okay, I
Suction
like that.
cups, octopus sucker.
Yeah,
mimic.
Kyle,
Okay.
stable.
Yeah, I'm glad we figured
It's a
that
glass
I'll just hold it in.
water bottle.
That's
Until it
important
came
to
out.
I
know.
think I was on a little mushrooms right there
Yeah.
in that conversation.
Lampin Media announcement.
Okay, no, it was this that you said.
I gotta have a big old stack of pillows if I'm asleep
Come
with
on,
a dude.
man. Come on.
Is that it?
I gotta have a big old
Yeah.
stack of pillows if I'm asleep with a
Hey,
dude.
Is that what you said?
what? A stack of pillows?
No, you called me up and you're like, so Scott, here you want to use the music.
Oh yeah.
It almost sounded like you were like the dude Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Yeah.
You want to use the music of a local legend, Thad
I did not
of
say that.
Low Pressure. Like you want to use our music. Like what's up? What's in it for me? Like
I did
what?
not say it like
What?
that.
How much? I said, well, I'm just a small time little podcaster, and Frank told me that you would let me do this for free. You know, and you said, you seem like a pretty nice guy.
That's right.
Pretty nice guy. I think I'm going to give you a shot, but I'm going to, in return, I'm going to bring children, and I'm going to bring their parents, and we're going to record.
Cool.
And who are those people?
Post Family and Andy Carr.
Mr. Dave Post.
Dave Post, Liz Post, Zealand Post, Tava Post,
Yep.
Andy Carr.
And had we actually had like 6 mics set up.
Yeah.
And we had me and Chris were here, and Chris, we didn't have enough mics because of all the people, which was so cool because you weren't even on the mic, like you were off of the mic at first. It was like all of us with all the kids on there, and then you jumped. We got you. Chris left,
Swapped out.
and then you jumped on the mic.
Is that Scousy?
That was Chris Chamberlain.
Chamberlain?
Yep. And shout out to Chris, man.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in a while. He's got a girlfriend and seems super happy in the last of the social medias that I saw. And last time I think I saw him around. I need to reach out and get a dinner in or something with him soon. Colleen too. We got to get Colleen on the podcast.
Yeah, I've been wondering.
We've been on TikTok, me and Brent, We just been throwing TikToks at each other. I'm in TikTok, man. I've been in there playing around. I've gotten off of most of social media now, and just a good, healthy break. You know, I'm just kind of decoupling from it all. It's like I need to just get it off my phone in life. I got like things I'm doing, and you know, I'm focusing on better things, and it's kind of awesome.
Great.
And it's a lot of it's thanks to tying us together to knowing you. And all of our connections and everything and all the stuff that we kind of have been doing and all the little behind the scenes, like deep conversations that friendship brings that's why we do this every week.
Yeah.
It's not like that's like I've always said to do the podcast, it has to be fun. And when it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm not doing it for money. You know, I'm doing it kind of for a self-improvement and for, you know, to like the knowledge of understanding. I like to understand things. And when you understand how to do something and how to learn and kind of when you do it the wrong way sometimes, like I guess it's not the right way I feel like because there's a lot of smart people that'll just get intelligent and do it like fairly well the first time. I think my upbringing gave me this, you almost gotta fuck up and then you learn from your mistakes, you know what I mean? But just be cool with it and just keep fighting through them. Don't let that mistake stop you from keep trying or, you know what I'm saying? And just kind of, So I've gone from like this huge podcast setup of money and time and effort. And once you calm down and understand things more and understand the flow of what you need sound wise and what makes it easy and nimble to make it fun still, not to turn it into like this expensive job, you know, is we just need a nice little unit. We maybe need some modern technology to come through.
This,
this little Zoom Pod Track 8, you know, and it just, I mean, we can do everything on this thing and it just records it to an SD drive. And now it just makes everything easier. But all of those trials and tribulations of learning all that, it's just an understanding of so much now. So when people do ask me about it now as compared to before, I feel like I couldn't give you like advice of any kind of, you know, value.
Remember Mix Minus Nightmare?
Oh my gosh,
Now
dude.
it's a Zoom deal.
Dude,
Yeah.
like
That was a thing for a while, Mix
I
Minus.
sold it for like $170 back on eBay again. Someone else wanted it. So good riddance to that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Dude,
We got the easy one now.
unbelievable. Huge difference. So yeah, thank you, man. Like it's knowing, you know, that friendship and how it just keeps evolving. And the big picture that I'm bringing it to is now you have Rudy in your studio.
Yeah.
In your studio, like tracking stuff. And I walk in and it kind of shocked me at first. I'm like, oh, look, it's a smaller version of Thad, you know, but dude, it was so like enriching to kind of see like that thing was underwater a few years ago, like underwater, and it smelled and you guys had to get insurance and do this whole thing. And dude, put all this effort in, you and Monica. You know, I did most of the work. I think it was like an hour's worth of painting.
Yeah.
But it was the most important part. And to see it now be enclosed, semi set up,
Climate controlled.
then kind of air conditioning, and then kind of a workshop, and then a lot of like sawing and kind of other things, and then just kind of slowly bringing in studio equipment, and then seeing your living room start to de-shed musical equipment.
Yep.
In studios and monitors, and
It's breathing again.
And now it's a flowing situation again. You know what I mean? The space, everybody's getting their space back again in their natural situation. Now you got this little workflow going, man, and it's like pretty awesome, man. It's like you're really busy right now.
Yeah, I'm loving it. Super thankful. Had Sam out there today, giving Sam an assist on his productions.
When did they leave?
I can't remember, but they got a bunch of hot potatoes before that.
Nice.
And he's getting a lot done.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
How's that hand doing?
It's kind of a claw. It's
So you went to the doctor finally.
yeah.
What did they say? Is it a tumor?
Maybe it's my ulnar nerve, and
Okay.
it's I got to do therapy and
Is it like a carpal tunnel type of situation?
tendonitis stuff, but
Okay.
I ain't got an MRI yet. Not saying, maybe I'll get one, but some physical therapy at the moment.
I think it's like goat urine and mangosteen
Yeah.
as a tea,
And saffron and Bengay on the
and
cooch.
and then you put the casting material,
Yeah.
and then you soak the cast in the goat urine, mangosteen,
You have to preheat that with a bunch of
and then
crushed-
it dries
Yeah.
hard over your hand, and then it kind of like, I think it's like a week,
Don't you have
and
to
then you
do
just unwrap it, and you're pretty much like healed.
Isn't there a honey marinade part of that week?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Honey and spider webs.
Tell me if you've ever heard this. There's a TikTok trend right now where everybody's putting beef tallow on their faces as opposed to all of these chemical moisturizers and things that you buy at stores that have like 10 million different acids and
Just a bunch of
colors and hubbub.
Yeah.
And you have people with the shea butter, and some of that's real shea butter nowadays, and some of it's some manufactured shea butter probably. I don't know. I'm just
We
kind of
use
guessing.
platypus spleens.
Yeah, dude. And there's so many, the Eucerian, what is it called? It's like some kind of medical lotion. And who knows, even it's really expensive. And they're saying that stuff isn't nearly as good as just beef tallow. So people are selling beef tallow, and they're saying it's making their skin better because beef tallow, when you really break it down to a chemical form, it's very close to human skin, like as a compound. So it heals skin. And it sounds like kind of hanky to me.
Are you going to make a beef tallow mask?
Dude, I just wonder, dude, if people are really doing this and if it's real, if it really works. If you know, let us know. I don't know.
Yeah, I get the billiard smooth person that's been using beef
Well,
tallow.
and then have you heard of this NADS?
I've heard of nads before.
Not the NADS from the 90s that
Right.
pulls the hair out, because
That's Nair.
Nair is too, but then there's NADS that came out only at Walgreens, and it was like $30 a jar. And me and Andre back in the day went and got some because we were gonna.
What?
It's like hair removal,
Oh, okay.
Like she had a real hairy butt, so we had to
man.
put this NAD stuff on it. I'm totally
A caterpillar pull.
No, but yeah, so you put it on, and like Steve Carell, in the 40-year-old version or whatever, when they did
Black
his back,
caterpillar.
so you would heat this stuff up and put it on one of those sheets
Oh, wow.
and throw it, or you put it on the hair and let it dry on the hair, and you take one of those sheets and go wah, and you rip it off, and it's clean. And some of these other waxes would work okay, but when it came to the NAD stuff, it did not work. It was a bunk product. It sucked, in my opinion. NADS don't sue me. I didn't do nothing. I only bought it once, and I don't have many listeners, so I think you're safe. But it doesn't work. And then it got bought again in modern times. Let's just try and see if it works now, because it's still out there. You can still buy it at Walgreens.
Because you're trying to be smooth.
And just tried it, and it didn't work.
Huh.
Yeah, I got a hairy back, dude. I got a back blade I use. I shave that shit down. Yeah, dude. I don't.
Back sickle.
I do. Yeah.
That's cool. I saw that machine in your bedroom.
Dude, yeah. I got a back blade.
Yeah, that's cool.
I just got my new blades in today. I was kind of excited. It's been weeks, and
Bitchy.
sucks. Yeah, bitching.
Yeah.
It's bitching, dude.
Yeah.
You know how many people I've had my ex-wife shave my back. I've had Miss Perry shave my back a couple times. I've had Larkin shave my back. All my friends shave my back. My mom's had to shave my back.
Do you get a full turf?
Dude, no, it used to be just these two little back wings,
Oh, the wings.
and it was like a little. It looked like a size of a kidney on both sides. And then I'd get these little, one little dark patches in these little random areas. It just annoyed me. I just didn't like looking at it, man.
Set them on fire.
And whenever I'd get my back shaved or get waxed, I love the way a shirt felt, because it's you have this
Snaggy.
you have this real humans. Some of us, because I have northern genetics, Sicilian genetics, and some of these northern
Was that mean?
motherfuckers that were just hairy.
Oh yeah, your fur coat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you're a hair farmer.
that back part when you wear a shirt, there's like it like
A snag.
separates the shirt from your real
A
skin,
bunch of springs.
and it's like I don't know, it gets a little smelly. I feel like over time, like it holds sweat.
You got a waft pocket.
You know what I mean? And it's like when you shave it, it just feels clean and nice and refreshing.
I'm glad I know that, man.
Yeah, you want me to shave your back, man? I got my back blade.
I mean, I got the light angel wings.
I gotta have a big old stack of pillows
Hey, man.
if I'm asleep with a dude.
No, I ain't got no wings. But I might set yours on fire with a lighter one day if you give me your blessing. 'Cause I'll put it out quick. But if
Is that a thing? Do people do that?
yeah,
A backfire?
if it's just patch, if it's a little patch, it'll go up quick.
Ooh, that's kind of crazy. I don't know
Make
if I
the
do
room
that.
smell.
Remember they used to take that? You used to take that Aquanet, and you could make a blowtorch with
Yeah,
it.
it's very dangerous. I
Yeah,
think.
it is.
Yeah,
We used to do potato guns, and you take that Aquanet and you spray it in that little PVC, and you close it up, and then flick that little flint that's inside of it and shoot a potato out.
we used to throw the paint cans in the fire and run back, watch them explode.
Dude, we shot a potato from all the way from Parkland Avenue all the way over past War Eagle into close to where Brad Krause's house was,
You guys might have set a record.
and it was insane.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, one time it blew up and
Pulled his thumb
broke his
back.
thumb. Yeah, it was bad.
We used to do the chlorine and the brake fluid. Don't
yeah.
know how to do that.
You sent me some songs. Did you want me to play any of them for tonight?
I mean, if you want, I think I sent you a remastered version of the Mushroom Song Part 2, and I sent you a
did.
short thing I did with me and Lee did, the October Vibes.
Check this out.
Oh, The Dream, I sent you that too.
Let's see, Mushroom Song Part 2, October Vibes.
Yeah.
So I've kind of got a little flow going with the iPad now and recording. If you keep sending me songs like you're doing,
Yeah.
it's going to teach us a workflow. I have a folder here for that, so we can actually throw this up and listen to a song here real quick.
Okay.
Use it for a break. You know what I mean? I'm gonna mute us.
Which one you can play?
Which one you want?
I think the Mushroom one is longer, or The Dream, one of them.
And Mushroom, we've been using the Mushroom song on this podcast for a long time, and I've got different segments of it popped up in like a minute or 2 minute chunks, and just use it for like a little bit of a vibe. And since you've been like working in the studio, you've been kind of expanding your skill set.
Yeah.
And what have you done to the song too? You just remastered it, right?
I did, but I ain't no mastering engineer, so I'll say I gave it some stereo processing as a hat tip to true mastering engineers. But yeah, I diddled it and I worked on it, and I just brought some
You
stuff
diddled
out.
it.
I did. I used a Saturn II from FabFilter, which I love,
Cool.
and just bringing some of the stuff up and out. And
Just feels more depth, has more depth to it.
I always wanted to hear, like, when you hear the dig starting, you want to hear that
Yeah.
stuff going on and all the subtleties of the drums. Because the one we did on the Icon Jungle. It had the one that you're on. It had a lot of acoustic percussion, a lot of layers, all kind
Big
of
time.
stuff. Yeah,
It's very good. Let's listen to it.
cool.
they dream, when they dream, when they dream, when they dream.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Who is this?
Yeah, I want to know who this is right now.
Who the hell are you?
Let me ask you a question. Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
I think you got the wrong number, buddy.
Don't make excuses, boy. You tell me who you are.
Let me tell you something.
Don't deny it, boy.
I'm a 70-year-old man.
You better tell me
I
the
don't
truth
call
right now.
women in the middle of the night.
Don't even know what I'm talking
And if
about.
you
I am
fuck
so
with
angry
me,
right now.
I
You
will
are getting
kill
me
you.
frustrated.
Come get me, boy. Come get me,
Stop
fuck boy.
yapping and listen. How long
And
has
I
it been
will
going
kill
on between
you. I'm
huh?
a fucking Marine.
Oh, really?
And I'm a fucking 5th degree black belt, and I will kill you. Who
You be
the
knowing
fuck
what's
are
going
you,
on,
you
no
fucking
doubt.
little piece of shit fucking scumbag call me like this shit? I'll fucking kill you, motherfucker. You ain't never meant nothing.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
How are you today?
Okay.
Great.
Who's this?
This is a courtesy call regarding your wireless plan.
I'm already taken care of, thank you.
Yes, this is regarding the current line I'm calling to. There seems
Yes.
to be some unusual additional data charges on the account in the past week.
From what?
Well, we wanted to give you a courtesy call to make you aware of this.
Yeah?
Yeah, as of right now, there are $260 in data overages.
What?
Well, it seems like an extra 16 gigabytes were used outside of your unlimited plan.
On my computer?
You should really be more aware of how much
computer?
data you're using.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, we're going to go ahead and charge this to the card on file. Is that okay?
No, you're not.
You're not.
Well, look, I can take an extra $10 off if we can settle this now. Just give me the word.
I don't know who the hell you are or what company
Well,
you're
let me
calling
finish.
from.
Let me finish.
Great. Your final bill is $250. I'll just submit this then.
Who are you?
Oh, sorry. It's already processing.
Sound like a wizard.
That's okay. I'm making a call right now about this call.
Make a
Thank
call
you
about
very
this
much.
call.
I got your number. Got your number.
Got your number.
That was good. Pops.
We are back from break, and we are going to finish the show with one question.
What's that? And that was it, folks. That's the show.
That question is, it's a very, very simple question. Very simple.
Simple, huh?
It simplifies everything.
Okay.
The first question you have to ask.
Thought you said simple.
I got to have a big old stack of pillows if I'm asleep with a dude.
That's the first question.
Is that?
My favorite one right now, dude. I can't believe I got that.
That's great work.
It's great work. That did not sound like you were happy about it. Shit. Look at you.
That's good.
You would have got away with the one for you kids. If you could digitally
meddling kids.
That's
But yeah.
very true. If you, this is an interesting question I feel like to ask you. If you,
Philosophy.
you are very good with self-preservation, living off the land, being creative, music, really good positive energies towards the things that in the people that you love, and you kind of bring the people around you in a happy way. Digitally, you have mastered or you have begun your master monk training of logic.
Cool.
Okay. And you are on your journey of that. In the meantime, you've had to learn hard drive space, bandwidth, networking, routers, Wi-Fi's, security, file organization, and all of these other products of the internet.
A password farm.
A password farm. Yeah. Dude, you have them written under tables. You have them written on old wooden rods. You have them like engraved in old like tablets, like buried outside, like 4 layers.
Yeah.
Freaking Gobekli Tepe would compete with. Jesus. It cracks me up, man. And when you're out there like, hey, what's the password to get this? And you're like, I think it might be on a wooden block out there on an old desk from when I was in school in 4th grade.
It's wood burned. It was like that for a minute. Then you got me that book.
Password book, dude. Okay.
And you showed me the briefcase you got with all your right?
Yeah, dude, and it just like when I asked this question, there's so much unraveled. It's not as simple. If you could digitally clone yourself, you could say, I want to be exactly like I am in a digital version. But maybe it's smarter because it's AI and it just completes, maybe we can say it's intelligent too. It completely completes all of your digital task of mastering your music. Like once you give it like all of your, here's where the money needs to go to the bank account, to my publishing of all of my stuff. Here is, I'm giving you this digital thing, a clone of me that I talk to. Maybe it's like my Google glasses, or maybe you got like an earpiece or some kind of thing that they drill into your brain, like a little chip, and you symbiotically have a digital version of yourself on the internet to do all of your tasks, like Tron.
And it's got the power of attorney kind of
everything. Yeah. Like it connects with all of the online legal firms, Morgan and Morgan for the people, for the Thad, and like, you know what I'm saying?
Is it Morgan?
No. Digital Thad studies and gets a law degree and is your lawyer.
Yeah.
So Digital Thad is like,
I think he solved it.
He's all of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That might be it.
Yeah. So Digital Thad can be your lawyer.
Yeah.
He will create your websites for you. He understands you, so he will create it in the perfect way that you would create your website without you having to deal with it.
So that I could do what? What do you think?
And then you could live life
doing
the things that you like to do, working outside, being in nature, playing music, having that would be your connection to your digital version. Is when you're tracking music, it's telling you, dude, don't save it like this. Do it this way. And you're like, dude, I like to save it like this. And you have the art. That's when you have your relationship that you develop with your digital version when you're using your technology. When you're not using your technology, it's still doing your bidding 24 hours a day, nonstop, making sure Digital Thad is known in every country. And so your paychecks are going to be like just stacking digitally if you say yes to this. But if you say no to this and you don't have digital tea, what happens? So there's a lot of bad that can happen with saying yes to this too. Like maybe digital tea clones multiple digital teas, and we've seen Multiplicity, the movie. You touched my Pepe Steve. Remember that?
I don't remember.
Shout out Michael Keaton.
Okay.
You know who. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So would you do it?
Turn loose digital T.
Digital T?
Yeah.
Did you be Dirk Digital T?
Yeah.
So you would be like, you would just be like only fan in it. Like you'd be only T, and your digital T would be like a salute. He'd just be out there just in all of the weird websites. Like you'd just be just everywhere.
Did you say salute?
Like just salutes. Yeah.
That's cool.
You'd be Slooty T.
Rooting it out.
You'd have like a rap Slooty T. Then there'd be like a folk version of T. There'd be like an Appalachian T. You'd have a Pacific Coast T.
Because it's popping out AI.
Well, like, yeah, because you'd have multiple, like, we're talking multiplicity here. So you got to have, like, every time they duplicate the genetics of T in a digital way, one of them might pop off a little weird.
I should put a seed in my pocket before they copy me.
Yeah, it'll be Malibu's most wanted sad version.
Yeah. Most.
Dude, would you do it? Because what's the benefit ultimately?
I mean, if it wasn't, man, I'd love to, get an AI T hopping on some stuff and rooting it out and making moves, but that's a weird,
like
that would be cool.
It's almost what things are starting to become. We're getting these 3D printers. We're starting to like get all these different things where manufacturing things are being manufactured by computers that use the manufactured goods that the computers are making. So now they're able to make themselves almost without us, other than power and, connectivity to grids and stuff where we still have a human hand involved.
It seems like hearing you say that, it always seems to me like we say us and them, but kind of they're an extension of them, like a satellite in space, and is an extension of our senses. It's kind of us. We are it.
Well, and the more that the open source versions, which is I understand and respect the open source way.
We birthed it. Right?
Yeah, I understand that, but for the people. When the technology gets to points where people start to throw fear out there, it would be nice to have a steady voice of reason with the knowledge and understanding of what's happening, be able to compute it to people in a way that doesn't create the hysteria that it does, a fear of what it can bring. Because what if it could bring, in reality, a life where people were able to have their little space of their home or wherever they want to live, whether it's in an apartment or a home, and live in a way where they got to wake up in the morning and do exercises and spend the morning with their kids and educate them, and, through some kind of, right there on-site learning, from the home, from a digital virtual, setup or whatever.
Medical, dental insurance has been whittled down, efficiency, and
to where it's like a screen in your house that you're talking to somebody who's a professional who studied that. You know what I'm saying? And that's their job, and they sit at home in a room that's developed, to where, or it's a doctor's office where they have more, a simpler way where you can have more doctors.
You get the tech working for
and then you can you have all the tech and all that stuff is happening through a virtual. Hey, you need to come up here. This is this, or hey, you need to go here. I'll send a digital thing over because we're in your database and I've seen you in person at first. So now we can start seeing each other digitally. Unless, especially when infectious diseases are, across, and we can be more smarter with our contagiousness. And there's like a MIT was doing things back in even the early 2000s with like toilets that you'd poop in, and it would digitally read the makeup of that, and it could Wi-Fi send that to an app, which would be your doctor's office, like a teledoc kind of setup.
You made me think of the Demolition Man and the Rob Schneider, the 3 seashells. Yeah,
Dude.
Anyways.
Imagine you were train spotting Digital T. You know what I'm saying?
What's that mean?
You ever seen the movie Train Spotting?
Yeah.
He was pooping in that toilet stall that was all gross,
great.
and he dove into it, and it was like this whole swimming thing. And
Yeah.
Digital T could do that.
Okay. He might have already done it. I think he did.
Would you do it? Would you do a Digital T?
No, hell no.
No?
No.
I knew you'd say that.
I don't know why, but, you know.
Would I do a Digital Scott?
It's a giant, vague, nebulous kind of no. I don't know. Give me a genie lamp and I'll rub it and see what, you know, give me some more wishes.
Like I see Silas and his friends and all that, they're on the VR and playing and gaming and stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if they would do it. And here's the other crazy thing. Remember when we started playing video games, we would hear about these video games, like the first person shooters like Call of Duty. Like one day we're going to fight wars from joysticks.
Robots and stuff.
And we've been playing these virtual, war games for years. I wonder if anybody's ever been recruited for their skill set. Because, like, in Ukraine right now, the gamers are the ones that are flying the drones.
The car. There's a flick about it. Some kid actually got picked up because he had
Car
skills.
driver or something.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So, it's like...
That's cool. That's cool.
It's almost like they're training for the future way of the way things are going to be that we aren't even able to fully grasp and understand in a
it's going to get next level. It's going to stay hot, and that scary element, it's going to get way scarier and way faster because, problem solving and then, trying to unravel like defenses and offense and just keep next level every kind of scenario. It's going to get thick.
It is.
And there's a whole mess of people getting born every year. It's we live in a spicy, thick time.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Damn. Whew. I don't know if I would or not, man. That's a tough one. I think if I could put caps on it and control it, I don't know. I think you just would want to pay it. Like, I guess we're going to be like AI is being brought into our lives in huge ways right now through our phones, and it's helpful. I have the Apple Intelligence, and it's like I'll be typing something, and it'll say, you could structure it a little differently like this, and it might make more sense kind of thing. You're like, oh, shit, yeah, I like that a little better.
It's way different from the 70s and 80s where you couldn't, and even the 90s where you couldn't, like, find shit out quick, whatever it is. Back in the day, you had to, like, a book or call somebody. And
old Webster Dictionary or Encyclopedia Britannica. And you'd have like a big dictionary, a Webster dictionary kind of thing that you would thumb through, and then you'd have your farmer's almanacs and stuff, and you'd have magazines and newspapers where you read most of your information.
And if you wanted satellite pictures or topo maps, you had to go to like a city, the courthouse or something, and make a copy, a Xerox deal.
Like, and now it's just everything is right at your fingertips, whether it's Google Earth or
it's cool, or
maps, or you can just type in an address and look at the building with your computer or phone at any point.
I like the altitude.
Think about the surfing, surf line. Like, you can see where the waves are before you leave. You used to have to like drive all the way up and down the coast of Florida sometimes to find where the break was, or have a friend call you from a certain area and say, dude, it's popping down here, or hear something on the radio or something. Just
because you brought that up, or if you was me, you was getting schooled by Crane and all the older guys talking about watch channel 24 at 7:15. It's called AM weather, and they'd show stuff like, oh, there's going to be a bunch of northeast winds real hard off of Georgia, and it's calm down here. And Crane would be like, let's go be the first ones out. Kind of, you knew.
Yeah.
It was another tool, but Surfline.
That's got to be a big motivational factor to just love the whole, just getting out to the beach, man. Just getting there first.
He so many times back in the early times would be like, maybe we're getting to the beach like a little late, like 7:38. And he's getting out of the water and the tide's all high. He's like, yeah, you guys missed it. He's really good about,
Gary would always do that. I'd wake up in the morning and he'd already be gone. Him and Bill Chamberlain.
Yeah, the windows. So, yeah, he tuned us up.
George. Orlando George. Crazy George.
George Robinson. Yeah, Bahama George. George. Respect.
Always be grilling out.
All the time, man.
It's the best.
So remember him parked at the river, sleeping there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and feeding everybody.
I think I beat him a few times in foosball at Gary's house. I was a pretty good foosball player back then.
He blew his eardrum out in 83. He did the old duct tape and super glue with a string in it and just popped it in and surfed and had to leave it there for like weeks and then, had to wrestle with it later to do the pop out. But yeah.
Insane, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy. Gosh. Play Linda, though, my daughter, we went out this past Saturday and the Saturday before to the beach, and we've been getting out there, 9, 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now, there's been, most of the piers are closed.
Yep.
But there's like 1, and I think 3 is open, and then 5 is open. And then after that, you're going to see a bunch of titties and wieners down at 7 to 80 Creek, right?
Yep.
So we went to 5 this time, and we were joking. We were a little nervous. We're like, if we're going to pop over here, I think it's mostly, this looks like fishermen, but let's see. We go over top. It was just a handful of fishermen. But here's what I've noticed. We have a little population boom happening here. And I'm noticing that there's a lot of families and husbands and wives at this time of year. They're just with their lawn chairs and a book.
It's great.
And they're just going out there, and they're just like, there's fishermen, and it's cold, so people aren't in the water. And they're having a great time with their family. And then you have people reading books, people having cookouts. Having a little, something going on there that they're just all hanging out and making sandwiches, passing them around.
Peaceful.
It's really nice.
Yep.
And everybody's having a good time. It's my favorite beach. I know we don't want to talk about it too much sometimes because there's a lot of just value there and it can fill up really fast.
And there's a bunch of other little secrets all around Florida.
Totally. And this is just our little slice from our history and our knowledge and our growing up and everything.
We grew here.
And we use it for, fishing, for water enjoyment, surfing, all the activities, for nature, photos, for just self-clarity.
Birding.
You're not feeling down. You're feeling great. Your son, you want to go drive through the roads,
Point.
You got all these things that especially the locals know the spots,
all over.
Yeah, man. And it sucks when you see all the trash out, and you know what I'm saying? And
yep.
Pick it up. That's your part when you're out there. Like, do your part. Bring a trash bag out there with you.
On the beach, that's the worst.
Yeah, pick stuff up, Pick up the trash and throw it in the thing. That's everybody's part. We don't need to pay somebody to do it all the time. We can do it ourselves too.
It's lame.
And it's very lame, and it gives the people that want that land the power to say, look what they're doing to it. If they're not going to take care of it, they don't respect it. Let us have it because we're not going to respect it either. Maybe we will respect it, but mostly not. Mostly something bad's going to happen. So let that be what it is, man. It's keeping Boulevard beautiful, man. They do a great job of organizing stuff out there and picking up out there and setting up things, and it's kind of a cool thing. I've done a few of them. Charlie and I brought the kids out there, and Mr. Tim Gibbs and they all come out there and help out, and so many more people that we know. It's a cool thing.
And there was a group at the last Eco Fest. I saw that the bands were meeting these groups of locals, so that their deal was they would go clean the causeways from, I forget, Pineda southward to I don't know what, but they would go clean just little spits of land that go out to the bridges.
Wow.
And they fill up a lot of bags.
And Clayton's Cleanup was another guy out there at the Eco Fest, that young boy.
I remember
that was picking up stuff. He was doing interviews on the podcast with us a lot that day.
Cool.
And that was a really cool little setup, man. It was inspiring. But it's awesome, man. And you got Frank and he's got his crew. You know, he's got Rudy and all these other people that have helped, you know, bring all this together, and all of the ears, you know, setups, and all of the education that Frank brings. And I mean, that's all just a part of the whole Stale Bailey's just gangster, man.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable. All the things that I see that woman go through on the internet.
And the wild
to fight for just a very basic, you know, respect and understanding of our water. And you know what I mean? It's like one of the most basic rights you feel when you look at New York when New York was first kind of becoming the 5 boroughs and stuff, and they didn't have like proper plumbing and everything. And people were dying left and right for, just a misunderstanding of how to have a whole lot of people in a tight place sharing all of the resources
and rain and snow.
And all of the, just the processing of all of it. And as we learn and understand things, we evolve and grow, and then human life expectancy kind of seems to grow, and we become healthier, and we understand things better,
more balance with
nature. It just like some people just don't want change. Like, I did this, and I don't care if that's the cause. And maybe they shouldn't have to pay for it. Maybe it shouldn't be anything that anybody has to pay for. It's a cost of doing business where our medical systems should be supporting, and then once we see that, okay, we found the cause.
Lead pipes. Whatever.
Let's fix that. Let's fix that as a society, and like turn the social media that we have and flip it into an added value of. It's so hard though, because there's so much disinformation, because everybody has this special interest financial gain.
Yep.
What if AI can take the value from that twisted, a game that humans play with each other, and rationalize it in a way,
level it,
that we can see those bigger pictures and those cycles and those histories of all of this time. Like, whenever we stifle growth, it gets shown in history of how it changes societies and changes power structures and changes understandings and changes growth patterns and human advancement, and or the other, or blocks people in and hides them from truths because it doesn't serve the greater need of the individuals. That when we learn things, when we learned about PFAS and all these different types of things, if I'm a company, no matter how much money it costs me, I'm going to, lobby my government to help me cover these costs, because I've been doing a service and we didn't understand it. Okay, so let's try to find ways to change that, and be more educated and make sure that there is clean water over here for these people or whatever
grandkids
as a cost. And then that's where there's a mutual respect between business and nature, where, hey, we do make mistakes just like humans do.
Isn't that our town's motto kind of deal, nature and technology?
That's what it's supposed to be, and it's like
something like that.
And it's like whoever's, getting paid, or whoever's, wanting to throw this type of, my information is better than your information. Where's the conversation where all that information is being popped into one room with respect for each other?
Problem solving.
And saying we problem solve this, and let's not cost all the city all this lawyers and monies and posturing to help our special interest. It just doesn't happen. And
it's a cool vision.
It won't. It would be awesome. And I'm not saying it in a negative, it won't way, because I feel like it could. But I think it's like our younger generation, when they get to this technology, and they're not going to want to fucking work like we work and do things the way we do. They're going to build things to do those things for them. And what if that's creating in your, if you're an American or you live here, the country with all of its innovations generates X amount of money, and if there's 250 million of us, that means everybody gets a living wage, or a living some kind of wage that covers X amount of their, like a certain percentage of their expenses or something at all times. And you can vary your expenses to where you could be break even and live a very good life and not even have to work.
Hopefully it's going that way.
But be healthy and everything. And now that we're learning, these processed foods, I have another thought. I know we got to end this, but you know how like nanoparticles are kind of becoming the future, nanotechnology and all this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
You'll see things like if you drink like something that's been very refined, like sugar, and it's been processed down, doesn't it seem like that processed down sugar is so much more efficient in how it just, your cells just engulf it and then have its reaction. It's bad reaction of inflammation or of fat building, and you know what I mean. Like sugar, when you eat it in a raw form, it breaks down a lot slower than when it's in its when it's like a powdered sugar.
The bleached sugar with the 0 calorie, no minerals and all.
Almost like it's down to its nanoparticle of just sugar.
It's a negative calorie.
Yeah, and it just like so efficiently fattens you up
quick
as compared to a more rougher diet. Medicines are should be in that more targeted nano powdery kind of delivery system, I feel like, so you would absorb it like a vitamin or anything for that matter.
Probably it's going there.
There's got to be, I don't know, I just felt like I don't know, it's just a thought. Just weird.
Feel you.
All right.
Nanoparticles.
I think we've out-talked ourselves.
We did it.
We went a little smart there.
We did high fives. I want to say thanks, Scott, for this continued cool experience and your friendship and
Thank
all
you,
the
man.
cool business things we're doing, and also for tonight's dinner.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. It was a really good day.
Same.
Super thankful for everybody in my life, and I'm thankful to keep doing this. Like, it just kind of just keeps evolving and keeps happening. And I am super thankful for the time and for the business that we have going here with all these people. It's gonna be really cool, man. And just seeing Vive Farmer Studio just do what it does, it's just pretty cool, man.
Feels so good. It's a shared victory.
It's like a whole different stage of life is happening, and in a super cool way, and get to do it with cool people.
Yeah.
All right, I am going to.
Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that's just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.